Hi, today we're going to be looking at the chapter 2.1 in the App Development with Swift book, this chapter is all about strings. So let's get started. So I'm going to go page by page here. So create a name constant and assign it a string literal representing your name. All right, so to create a constant, let name equal, and my name, since it's a string literal actually has the string inside quotations as opposed to a string value inside a variable. So string literal, what's my name? For the sake of logic. There we go. That's the string literal of my name. Great. Okay, and then representing your name. Perfect. Let's go ahead and print my name just to show you here. Print name. Boom. And it should show at the bottom here for the sake of logic. Great. Okay, create your favorite quote constant and assign it to the following string literal. Okay, I could do that. So let favorite quote equal, and my favorite quote is, and my favorite quote is going to be, let's see here, whether we were going to use string interpolation here to escape the quotes. So I could put another quote here. Thinking, what is my favorite? Let's do, I'm going to make him an offer he can't refuse. Okay, we've got a little Godfather here, right? And this is, well, I forgot to put the quotes here. That's why it's giving me an error. There we go. And if I print my favorite quote, it should print. My favorite quote is, I'm going to make him an offer he can't refuse. Okay, great. And by the way, this is escaping the quote. So I had to put the backward slash, and you don't see it obviously here, is essentially to escape the quotes for a bit, so I could put my own quotes, and then this ends the string. Okay, great. Write an if else statement that prints there's nothing here if empty is empty, if this empty string is empty, and if it's not an empty and it's not as empty as I thought otherwise. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, let's have a look here. So let empty string equal empty string. So if empty string is empty, so if that's true, we're gonna print there is nothing here. Okay, gotta put the quotations. Else, so if empty string is not empty, essentially if it has a value, we're going to print it's not as empty as I thought. All right, that's pretty much it. And it should print there's nothing here because it is empty. As soon as I put something here, this statement will print. All right, cool. All right, that was pretty easy. Moving on to the next page. Okay, great. So page number 2. Create a city constant and assign it a string literal representing your home city. Okay, we could do that. Oh, what happened here? I'm not sure what happened there. Just Command Z when something like that happens. Let city equal Toronto. Okay. Then create a state constant and assign it a literal representing your home state. Well, I live in Canada. We don't have states, but we do have provinces. Let province equals Ontario. Finally, create a home constant and use string concatenation to assign it a string representing your home city and state. Print the value of the home. Okay, so let's do let home equal city plus province. And if I print home, it should give me Toronto, Ontario. Boom, Toronto, Ontario. Obviously, I want to put some space here. So let's do words Toronto, Ontario. All right, beautiful, cool. Oh, okay, I guess I could put a comma here. Sorry, I didn't read that. I.e. Portland, Oregon. There we go. Toronto, Ontario with a comma. I guess a space as well. We could do that. Boom. Okay. Use the compound assignment operator, the plus equal, for example, to add home to introduction below. Print the value of introduction. Okay, so in the introduction says I live in. So I'm gonna do introduction plus equal, which is the compound operator, which essentially is the same as like introduction equal introduction plus. Gonna go home. Let's put some space here. Okay, and we're gonna go print introduction. It should say I live in Toronto, Ontario. Okay, we gotta put some space here, and so it looks better. There we go. I live in Toronto, Ontario. Great. Declare a name constant and assign it your name as a string literal. Then declare an age constant and give it your current age as an int. Then print the following phrase using string interpolation. All right, let's do this. So again, let my name equal, for the sake of logic, and let age be 31, getting old, and I'm kidding. Print, what are we printing here? My name is, insert name here. So we're going to use string interpolation here, and essentially in here we're going to put my name. So my name is my name, and after my next birthday I will be insert age here, years old. Okay, so what we have to do here is is put age, but since it's saying my next birthday, it's age plus 1, I guess. So I guess I'll be a good solid 32. Let's have a look here. Yeah. My name is, for the sake of logic, and after my next birthday I will be 32 years old. All right, that was pretty easy. All right, let's move on to the next page. Okay, let's have a look. In your app, you may want to search for other users. This would be easier with first and last name stored separately. This is not an uncommon practice. Create first name and last name constants and assign them string literal representing a user's first name and last name, respectively. Create a full name constant that uses string concatenation to combine first name and last name. Print the value of full name. Okay. Okay, what happened here again? Same thing, eh? Interesting. Not sure what's happening here. Okay. Let first name equal, let's make it up. Let's say Drew. Let last name, let's make that up. Let's call it Key. So cool last name. All right. And what does it say here? Okay, so let full name equal first name plus last name, and we're gonna print full name, and we should get Drew Key, except there's no space. So how do we do that? So I guess I could do this, plus put an open space here. Yeah, so if I want to put a space here, generally speaking, I could put a space right here in the quotation, but I could also add like a space quotation. Obviously, if I do this, it'll be more space, but we don't want that. That doesn't look as good. So we're just going to have one space. All right, cool. Is there anything else that I have to do? Full constant and use string concatenation combine first, print full name. Okay, good. Okay, moving on. Occasionally, users of your fitness tracking app will beat previous goals on record. You may want to notify them when this happens for encouragement purposes. Create a new constant, congratulations, and assign it a string literal that uses string interpolation to create the following string. Congratulations. Okay, let's go ahead and do that here. Let congratulations equal. Okay, so what does it say? Congratulations. It's a really long word here. Tultins. Okay, congratulations, comma, insert user full name here, and go full name here, full name, exclamation mark, you beat your previous daily high score of, insert previous high steps here, previous high steps. They've already created that for us. Steps by walking. Steps by walking. Insert new high score, new best. That's what it's called. Steps yesterday. Okay, beauty. Let's see how that looks. Oh, we have to print it. Print. Congratulations. And congratulations, Drew Key. You beat your previous daily high score of 14,392 steps by walking 15,125 steps yesterday. Great. All right, that was pretty easy. Let's move on to the next page, page 4. Okay, so let's have a look here. Create two constants, name in caps and name. Let name in caps and name. Assign name in caps your name for a string literal with proper capitalization. Okay. So I'm just gonna use Drew Key as my name here. So Drew and Key, and we're capitalizing the first two letters of every name. Your name is string literal with proper capitalization. Actually, name your name as a string literal in all lowercase. Let name equals Drew Key. Write an if-else statement that checks to see if name in caps and name are the same. If they are, print the two strings are equal. Otherwise, print the two strings are not equal. Okay, pretty easy. So if names in cap equal name, then we're gonna print. What are we gonna print? We're gonna print the two strings are equal, else print the two strings are not equal. All right, pretty easy stuff. So should print the two strings are not equal, obviously, because they're not strict equalities, they're not identical. All right. Okay, let's move on here. Says write a new if-else statement that also checks to see if names in caps and name are the same. However, this time use the lowercase method on each constant to compare the lowercase version of the strings. If they are equal, print the following statement using string interpolation. Okay, let's go ahead and create the if statement first. If name in caps dot lowercase, so we're taking the lowercase version of the value of names in caps, equal name dot lowercase. So we're taking the lowercase version of both, and we're gonna print. What are we gonna print? Insert lowercase version of name in caps here, and insert. Hold on. So if they are equal, insert lowercase version of name, and the caps here and insert lowercase version here are the same. Oh, got it. Okay, so insert lowercase version of names in caps. So name in caps dot lowercase, and hold on, this is obviously a string here. This is messy. Give me a second here. Gonna do this. I think that's what they want us to do. There we go. And let's have a look here. Name dot lowercase are the same. Okay, so essentially if names in caps dot lowercase equal name dot lowercase, print name in caps lowercase and name in lowercase are the same. All right, that's easy enough. Else, you know what, just to save some time, I'm gonna do this. Are not the same. There we go. I think that should do it. Why did I delete that? Not sure what the error is here. Of course, the print function needs to have a closing brace. There we go. Okay, the two strings are not equal. Okay, that's from here. And Drew key and Drew key are the same. Obviously, it printed this. Reason being is obviously the lowercase version of this and the lowercase version of this, which is already lowercase, are identical. Okay, pretty easy stuff. Okay, moving on. Imagine you're looking through a list of names to find any that end in JR Junior. Write an if statement below that will check if Junior has the suffix Junior. If it does, print we found a second generation name. Okay, so we already have a variable here called Junior that has Cal Ripken Jr. So write an if statement. How would we write that? That's pretty easy. So we go if, and the name of the variable is Junior. If Junior dot has suffix is actually a is a method, okay, that returns a bool, a true or false. Okay, so it's a method within the string data structure. So if has suffix Junior, right, Junior dot then print we found a second generation name. Okay, and that should print it, right? So has suffix is what we're looking at, and essentially that looks at the end of the string as opposed to the prefix, which is the beginning of the string. Okay, cool. Moving on. Suppose you are trying to find a document on your computer that contains Hamlet's famous soliloquy written by Shakespeare. You write a simple app that will check every document to see if it contains the phrase to be or not to be. You decide to do part of this with the contain method. Write an if statement below that will check if text to search through, which is this, contains text to search for, which is this. If it does print, I found it, be sure to make this functionality case sensitive. Okay, let's have a look. So very simple if statement. If text to search for dot lowercase, right, we're lowercasing everything, dot contains character, dot contains we're searching for, dot contains string protocol. I guess we could do this, dot character, and we're gonna, in here we're gonna put, instead of actual string, we're gonna put text to search for dot lowercase, and if that's the case, we're gonna print what am I printing? I found it, and it should print true. It should print I found it because it is true. So we did find to be or not to be in here, to be or not to be, although technically it's not identical because the first T here is in uppercase. So if I didn't lowercase this rather, it wouldn't have worked. Okay, great. The last thing that we're doing here is print to the console the number of characters in your name by using the count. My name, I guess this is it. Okay, so print name dot count. This will give me the amount of characters in my name. Should print 8. Now you're thinking, why 8? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Why didn't print 8? Because space is a character. Watch, I'll prove it. If I do this, this should change to more than 8. If I don't put any space whatsoever, it's 7. Perfect. So spaces count as a character. All right, moving on to the 5th and last page. Okay, let's look at the last page here. You think it might be fun to incorporate some friendly competition in your fitness tracking app. Users will be able to compete with friends in small fitness challenges. However, to do this, users will need a password protected account. Write an if-else statement below that will check that the entered username and password match the stored username and passwords. While the password should be case sensitive, users should be able to log in even if their entered username has the wrong capitalization. Okay, we'll lowercase it then. If the username and password match, print you are now logged in. Otherwise, print please check your username and password, try again. Okay, how do we do that? Okay, pretty easy stuff. So we've got 4 variables here: stored username, stored password, entered username, entered password. Okay, so let's have a look at this. So if entered username dot lowercase, because they said up here it doesn't matter if it's lowercase or not, lowercase equal stored username dot lowercase, then we're gonna print, no, you have to check the password as well, and let me just get rid of this curly brace here. So and what am I doing here? Stored password, not lowercase because it's case sensitive, equal entered password. Then and only then do we print. What are we printing here? You are now logged in. Else we're gonna print, what are we printing here? Okay, please check your username and password and try again. All right, so what is it gonna print here? Please check your username and password. Why? Because this actually worked, but this is the wrong password because of the K. That's what that is. Yeah. All right, just curious here, if I do dot lowercase, this should print you're now logged in. Still, is there still a mistake here? AH1LUK, oh, 91, yeah, it's missing a 1 as well. I'm just gonna put a 1 here just to check. Of course, you're logged in. Okay, so let me go ahead and delete that back, get rid of this, and get rid of this as well. Okay, cool. Now that users can log in, they need to be able to search through a list of users to find their friends. This might normally be done by having the user enter a name and then looping through all usernames to see if a username contains the search term entered. You'll learn about loops later. We already know about loops, or at least you should. So for now, you'll just work through one cycle of that. Imagine you're searching for a friend whose name is Step Challenger. You enter Step into a search bar and the app begins to search. When the app comes to the username Search Challenger, it checks to see if Step Challenger contains Step. Using username and search name below, write an if-else statement that checks to see if username contains the search term. The search should not be case sensitive. All right, that's easy enough. So we've got username, Step Challenger, and search name Step. All right, it's pretty easy. So we're gonna go if username dot lowercase dot contains dot contains, and we're gonna search for search name. Yep, that's about right. And then if we do that, we go print. What are we printing? It doesn't say what to print. User, this should not be case sensitive. Does it say here to print something? I guess not. I'm just gonna say, yay, found it. All right, I should print, yay, I found it. Yay, found it. Of course, because the username, lowercase, does contain step. All right, that's pretty much it. That ends it. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.